And so I'm back indoors to show you the orchids that are blooming inside the house. And actually this one I was growing outside, but I brought it inside the house to enjoy it in a closer manner because when things are growing outside, I don't go outside that often in the heat of the day. So this lets me look at this one more closely. So let's just launch right in. And this is my Dendrobium chocolate chip. I got this one from Sunset Valley Orchids, I'm gonna say about a year ago. Yeah, I think it was a year ago. And so I haven't had it that long. And I have to say, this is my first Latoria type that has bloomed for me. And I have to say, it's really grown on me for quite a bit. I was not impressed. It just seemed really slow as to its growth, and then it started spikes, I swear, months and months ago. And then the flower buds developed and they just sat there forever. The flower buds not opening, not opening. And then little by little, they opened like just a little bit. Like, let me show you one that's still in the process of opening. So just do this like closed version of opening its buds. And it sits like that for quite some time, like weeks. So it took so long for these two spikes to finally start opening the flowers. But once they opened, look how beautiful. So it's worth the wait. For a while there, I was thinking, gosh, you know, it's just not quite the show when it's all like closed up. And so again, back to this example of it being like closed up. I mean, it's still pretty. You can see the striping and the spots, but this is way better. I really, really am enjoying the contrast of the stripes and the spots, you know, the little chocolate chips. And the backs of the flowers are really, really pretty as well with the spotting. So very long developing. They're small flowers. I have not detected a fragrance. But I'm really enjoying the shape of them, the coloration, and so even though it took forever, again, it was worth the wait. And these are the two newest growths that bloomed for me. So it took a while to grow the growths, then it threw the spikes, and yay, beautiful little show. From what I understand, the flowers are very long-lived, so once they open, they don't drop immediately. So they've been open actually for a number of weeks now. And what I mean by open, I mean all the way open. So they do hang around for quite some time, and I heard that about these types. I've got 3 others Latorias like this. I have the nano chip, the micro chip, Dendrobium little atro, which is another version of this. Those haven't bloomed for me yet. So the next one is one of my Neophonetia types, or Vanda felcata types, and it's the Darwinara charm, which has the Neophonetia in that mix, crossed with Vanda cristata. And this particular one is called Dragon's Eye. I got this from Diamond Orchids, Peter Lynn, a couple years ago. And it's in beautiful bloom, and it starts off, these blooms have been open for several weeks now, and it's still going strong. It's very fragrant. It's very lovely. I recommend it in anyone's collection. If you see this cross, grab it. It grows really well. I mean, it's not going to double in size in a couple years, but it certainly is expanding, and each leaf is getting bigger and bigger. And the buds, it's getting more profuse with how many flowers I get. And it's just these beautiful purple flowers. Really, really love this one. And I'm so grateful Peter Lynn suggested it for me, actually. I would have never picked this out myself. So very happy with this one. Now let's go back in the grow room to take a look at what's in bloom there. Here we are, my messy grow room. I'm always trying to keep it clean, and then I get it clean and then I mess it right back up. But let's just head right for what has become one of my most favorite orchids ever, is my Oncidium Mendenhall, or Psychopsis, better known as Psychopsis orchid, Mendenhall Hildos. This is the third flower. It has continued to be sequential, so as this flower continues, the next bud, which is right underneath the flower stem there, whoops, is developing. So it looks like I will have a fourth flower. These, from what I understand, can bloom for a really, really long time sequentially, if not for years, I've heard. And I love what I call the chest plate of this warrior. Looks like a giraffe's face, a giraffe's head peeking off the chest plate. And so it's just, and it's such a large, striking flower. It's really, really nice. So, and then the leaves itself are beautiful to grow. This is the newest growth. It's grown really fast, so I think it's just really hitting its stride. It's got some beautiful, almost purple pseudobulbs. I really need to figure out how to repot this. But right now it's so darn happy, I haven't messed with it. So there's that one. I've got a cochleanthes that is opening up and starting to throw off fragrance. Cochleanthes orchids are typically very, very fragrant. Sorry, I don't know where my tag went. Oh, there it is. This is Flabelliformis. Got this from Equigenera about 6 months ago, or maybe, might have been only 4 months. Very pretty. I've got other cochleanthes in spike. Got a spike here, and this is a complex hybrid from Sunset Valley Orchids that has the cochleanthes in it. Also the chandranthes, like Amazing Andrea way in the back. I featured a number of her blooms. And then I also have the aromatica, the cochleanthes aromatica has a bud forming back in here. Thinking about repotting this one. It's not getting the level of watering. I have it in self-watering pot, but I think what I need to do is put it deeper into the media. Keeps throwing roots outside of the media, and then it's not getting enough moisture consistently, so I keep getting the accordion leaves. So then let's head on over here. I've got some more Neophonetia types that are going over. I did not get to filming these soon enough, but we'll get the remnants here. This is one of my favorites too. This is the Falcata crossed with Falstobartiana. And we've got a couple of the flowers looking beautiful. Extremely fragrant. This one fills my grow room with fragrance. And you can see some of the older flowers here ready to drop. But the kind of grayish green petals and sepals and the pink lip, the shortened back part of it, oh, I forget what that's called, this part. Very, very pretty. very fragrant. If you ever see this mix, again, I got this one from Diamond Orchids as well with Peter Lynn. If you see this mix, it's a very small, compact plant. Like, here's my hand in there. Like, that could fit in any collection. Very, very worth it. And then up here, also from Diamond Orchids, Peter Lynn, I have my Neophanetia falcata variety Shootin' crossed with Koto, crossed with Self. I need to repot this one when it's done blooming. Some of its blooms have already gone over, but it's a beautiful pink with white contrasted lip. It's got the, spur, that's what they call the large spur. And it's a green tipped. I don't know if you could see the green on the tip of the spur. And that's what the word I was trying to think of with this one is a very shortened spur. So I've got 4 blooms remaining, very fragrant as well. Really loving these Neophanetia falcata types and hybrids. I'm going to insert some pictures now because I missed filming, but I have pictures of this one blooming. This is my Neophanetia falcata Tenkefukurin. Probably totally saying that wrong, but it's my only variegated type, and it put out beautiful white flowers. Here's the spike that's done, but hopefully you've been seeing the pictures. I also have in bud 2 of my Miltagia Dark Star Darth Vader. When I repotted this orchid, it fell into 2 divisions, so I've got 3 buds forming on this division in a little self-watering setup, and this self-watering setup has the other division, which is in spike. And then we're going to float over here. Another Neophanetia falcata type is in bloom. Trying to get to the tag. So it's Vanda cristata. This is called VF Virgil, and it's Vanda cristata crossed with Neophanetia falcata. And this has been in bloom for quite a number of weeks. It has some blooms that have gone over, but I still have, sorry, I'm trying to get through the jungle here. I have 2 remaining. They're so pretty with the white and then the dark lip and stripy labellum lip area. Loving it. Not fragrant though. That one doesn't have a fragrance. Oh, real quick. I know I was going to show you things in bloom, but this one, it's Leola Douglasa, darkest blue, crossed with, these are Cattleya crosses, Little Leopard Nightshade. This bloomed for me only 3 months ago, and it matured this next growth, and I have 3 buds. When it bloomed for me from that sheath right there, it had 2 buds, so I had 2 beautiful flowers. I'll put in some pictures right now so you can see those beautiful flowers. And now I have 3 buds. So happy with this one. Very vigorous. This is a Sunset Valley orchid purchase from several years ago. I have another spike going on in my Insidium Alliance area. This is my Volcastera Celtic Sun Maya. She's gonna have some flowers for me. Loving it. Everybody's growing really, really good. So that's about it. Kind of in a transitional period, I think, with the collection. But the Equestris I bought this last spring is going strong still. Months and months and months of blooms. Just beautiful. And so now we're going to hop to a couple other places to look at some final blooms around the house. So here we are in the front grow room. And I've got a couple summer ones I want to show you that are blooming for me. This is my Tyne Shin Fly Eagle. Wilson number 66. And this is the first time it's actually bloomed with 2 flowers at once. I mean, it came close last season, but it was more like when the first flower was about ready to drop, the second bud opened up. But these are going at the same time, nice and strong, and you can see the variety a little bit in on the tips of the petals and sepals. And I just really love the pink lip, well, in contrast with the dark burgundy and the white center. It's so pretty and fragrant. Not strongly fragrant, but some fragrance. And then my Geo Summer Love is in bloom, and she's looking lovely. And she's doing really well. We had a rocky start with this one. I didn't think she was going to make it several times in my collection, but she's rallied and now giving a beautiful show. I don't have a scent with her, but that doesn't matter. She's beautiful. I still have, this is the Chiyu Kaleidoscope. Is still, the blooms are upside down because I decided to stake it. It got too heavy and it was really pulling the plant down, so I staked up the flower spike, and so now the flowers are sitting upside down, but there's several still going strong. I've got another flower with my fantastic green envy that opened up, looking real pretty. I've got lots of buds developing for my summer bloomers. So it's just a process. I'm gonna have more flowers, but it's not prolific in the front room. And then kind of a strange thing, I still have some of the winter bloomers developing their spikes and developing buds. I've got this one down here, no ID. And this one way up here, no ID. You can see the spike there. And then over here is one that's opening the flowers, so pretty. Again, no ID. These typically are the winter ones, but here we are. So I've got just one more I want to feature. So this is over by the Tolumnia area. So one more and we'll wrap up the video. Here we are in my Tolumnia area, which is in my back family room. And I still have a winter blooming Phalaenopsis going strong. I've got a couple fishies here, new acquisitions that are in quarantine. But the orchid I want to feature is this Phragmipedium. And she's so pretty, or he, I guess it's a he because it's Eric Young. Phragmipedium Eric Young. And this is a sequential bloomer. And I'm lucky I caught, which I think is going to be the last bloom, because I've got the other two that went fairly quickly here. So one right after the other. It doesn't hold on very long to the next flower. But actually, I think I have another bud that's going to develop back here after this one goes. Yeah, it's so it looks like I'm going to get 4 flowers. When I got this orchid from Ecuagenera a couple years ago, it in short order threw out a spike, and I got 2 flowers from it. So this is amazing. I'm going to have 4 flowers, it looks like. And just the pale yellow and pale pink, I really have been enjoying this show. And again, I'm going to have, looks like more of a show. So I wonder how many I'll end up having. But it's been fairly easy to grow. I thought Phragmipediums were going to be a lot harder, but this one is really starting to take off. I got a whole new growth starting up too. So I've got the future, looks like it's gonna be good. And yeah, so that's what's in bloom around the house to feature. I might have missed a couple other little phalaenopsis that's holding on to some last flowers. These went over. I gotta cut the spike. But just been having a great time growing my orchids, enjoying the blooms. Hopefully I'll get some more videos, some updates to some of the projects I've been working on or things I've been watching out onto my channel soon. And let me know if you have any questions or would like to see other things in my collection. Something I haven't updated in a while that you're like, hey, what happened to that? Just let me know. And if you like the content, thumbs up tells me what you like or don't like. It's a way to communicate if you don't want to give comments. But yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon.